everyone! As we move into the holiday season, this is such a great time to be teaching your students about being thankful and showing gratitude. This time of year definitely gets really hectic, and especially as we get closer to those December holidays and more of that materialistic time of year, it's important to instill that sense of gratitude in your students. This can be a little tricky, however, but I think I know that picture books can help teach your students what it means to be thankful and how to be thankful for those little things. So today I have a whole collection of books all about being thankful. They are perfect to read aloud in November, December, or truly any time of the school year. And then stick around to the end of this episode and I'll have a lesson that goes through how to help students show that they are thankful that goes along with one of my favorite picture books. Let's jump into those books. The first book that I have is The Thankful Book by Mo Willems, and it has some of our very favorite characters in it, Elephant and Piggy. This book I thought was really neat, especially if you are a Mo Willems fan, because you'll see a lot of his characters, besides Elephant and Piggy, inside this book, so your students will have fun pointing that out. But in this book, Piggy decides he's gonna go through and thank everybody that he knows. And I like how throughout the story he gives very specific examples of what he is thankful for. And throughout the story, Gerald is convinced that he's going to forget to thank somebody. But Piggy insists, I'm going to thank everybody. And he goes through and again gives those specific examples of thank you for being my friend. Thank you for playing ball with me. Thank you for being such a good doctor. And I think it will help students give those specific examples. A lot of times we tell them, say thank you, but they don't give that specific example of what they're thanking somebody for. So this book is really good in giving those examples and providing a model for students. And you'll see this throughout a lot of the books I'm sharing today, but it talks about being thankful for the simple things. And I'll mention this again, but kids think that they have to be thankful for these big things. Thank you for taking me to Disney World. But really it's those small, little, everyday things that we need to remember to be thankful for and that we need to point out to students to be aware of and to be grateful for. And in this book, Piggy almost forgets to thank a certain someone, but read it with your students to find out what it is. The next one that I have is Bear Says Thanks by Karma Wilson, and it's part of the Bear series that she's written. And in this story, Bear wants to have a big feast for all his friends. Then he realizes his cupboards are bare. And one by one, his friends show up to bring food for this great feast. And Bear's thinking, I don't have anything to share. And he's thanking his friends. And then he realizes that he might have something different that he can share with his friends and that he has something to show them how he is thankful for them. And again, students will see that there's different ways to be thankful and different ways we can show that we are thankful. This next one I have shared on this channel before. This is We Are Grateful by Tracy Sorrell. And in the story, we find out that the Cherokee people use the word Ojalihailiga to express their thanks, to express their gratitude. And throughout the story, it goes through the whole year in the Cherokee Nation and what they are thankful for in every season. And again, those simple things that they are grateful for, but not only will this book share ways that students can be grateful or show thanks, but they'll learn a lot about the Cherokee Nation and how they celebrate throughout the year as well. Another great story for teaching students gratitude and how to be thankful. The next one I have is actually a poetry book. This one is called Thanks a Million by Nikki Grimes. And in this story, actually it's not a story, it's a series of poems. I believe there's 16 of them in here. And each one is a different type of poem. And it talks about being thankful even if you don't have a lot to be thankful for. Sometimes students feel that everybody else has more, and it can be tricky that they see that others have more and they don't have as much and they don't have as much to be grateful for. But these poems show that even when you don't have much, that you still have things that you can be grateful for. And even when it feels like things aren't going your way, you still have things that you can be thankful for. A different perspective to show students and to kind of help them out when they're in those low points and not feeling so great. And different because it is a poetry book. Next up, we have one of my favorite books. This one is called Thank You, Amu by Oge Mora. And in this story, Amu bakes a delicious stew. And one by one, members of the community smell the stew around the city and they follow their noses up to her apartment and she shares with all of them. Now, Amu had made the stew for her own dinner that night, but she is willing to share with everybody and they are so grateful. But then when it's dinner time, she doesn't have any left for her. But her community shows up because she shared with them. They have all brought a piece of a feast to share with her and to create her own dinner. And it's a way of, again, showing thanks in a different way. Not only just saying thank you, but showing your gratitude as well. And returning the favor. She shared something with them, they're going to share something with her now. Such a happy and uplifting book about community and being thankful and sharing with others. This next one would be great, especially for younger students. This one is called We Give Thanks by Cynthia Ryland. And in this story, it's a rabbit and frog maybe? Not sure what that animal is, but in this story, these two animals walk around and notice the things around them that they're thankful for. Again, this one goes right back to the basics and being thankful for those small everyday things that we don't really think about, like being thankful for socks and mittens, being thankful for the mailman or the waiter at the restaurant, being thankful for sun and rain and snow, being thankful for bees and ladybugs, for spoons and cups, being thankful to those around us. And again, those small little things that we are thankful for, but we forget to be thankful for. That we have all of this stuff around us that help us throughout our day that we want to make sure that we notice. And I think this will help even your youngest of students to understand what it means to be thankful for and what we should be thankful for. The next book that I have, actually the next two are both called Thankful. This one is Thankful by Elaine Vickers, and the illustrations in this one are really neat. But in this book, the young girl with her family is making a paper chain, and on that paper chain, on each link, she is writing something that she is thankful for. And I think that would be a really neat project to do with your students, is to create your own paper chain, have each student create their own or make a whole class one with students each writing something that they are thankful for. But on her chain, she is thankful for her parents who read her stories, for love and for dreams, for the moon and the sun. She is thankful for her puppy who comforts her when she is scared. She's thankful for her beating heart, and her friends and her teacher who help her out. She's thankful for laundry and bread. Again, those small little things that are around us all the time that we forget about, and it's important to recognize them. And I think that having students do that project along with reading the book will help them really internalize the idea that we should be thankful for everything and we need to recognize those things. And the next book that I have is also called Thankful by Eileen Spinelli. And this one, I have a full lesson to go along with it in the Colorful Apple Book Club. I will leave a link to that in the description box down below. But this story goes through different community members that hold different jobs and what each person is specifically thankful for. And I think this would start great conversations with your students about why they might be thankful for those and see if they can come up with some on their own. So for example, the waitress is thankful for comfortable shoes. The gardener is thankful for their green sprouts. The fireman is thankful for being able to put the fire out. The artist is thankful for colors and lights. The doctor is thankful when patients get well. The dancer is thankful for music. The chef is thankful for plates licked clean. And I think that would be a great one to share with your students and have them explain why that might be. Why are they thankful for plates that are licked clean? And then at the end, it talks about how the child in the book says, I'm thankful for you. And you can have students, again, come up with their own community members or people that they know and what they think those people might be thankful for. What is the teacher thankful for? What is the school principal thankful for? What might their mom be thankful for? So this is a great story to read with your students. All of these books would make wonderful read-alouds, especially, like I said, in November and December, that time where students can start to get overwhelmed with all of the holiday craziness, and it'll help them take a step back and think about the things that they already have and those non-materialistic things that they have and how they can be thankful for those things. And having that conversation with students and doing activities with them, along with reading the stories, will really help them internalize that concept of showing gratitude and being thankful. And I hope that you'll be able to grab some of these books to read aloud in your classroom. I will leave links to all of them in the description so that you can use them in your classroom right away. If this video was helpful for you, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button down below. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss an episode. Have a great week.